session past that. That was the one I missed.
We had a fight in the darkness, in the streets.
I remember being in the streets. Yep. And then that was it for a month.
Yes.
I know I was about to do something pretty cool back then. I know that. But then I had to miss the next session.
Brick got drunk.
Yeah.
Made friends with a child.
Did I? Oh, cool.
Happy.
No, I did.
Oh.
Yes.
I was drunk.
Billy Bob.
And the right at the beginning.
And the fake Billy Bob.
Mm-hmm. We were all in the rookery, and we heard noises coming from the harbour. We were then sent to investigate the ship that was firing cannons towards the city, but not reaching it. We set off, hired a boat in the harbour, made our way out to the ship, where we boarded, fought undead, managed to clear them out. There was some form of explosion caused by some form of familiar who's, absolutely no fault of anybody's. Most of the party descended into the bowels to rescue prisoners that were down there, while myself and Brick investigated the cabin's quarters, found the remains of what we think was a revenant, and looted all the information we could. Escaped the sinking ship, boarded 2 boats back to the harbour, Effie and Eladin in one, with 2 of the ex-crew of the ship, and everybody else in the hired boat. Effie and Eladin questioned the 2 ex-crew, decided that it was not safe to let them, survive, and they didn't. Got back to the dock, where we encountered a scuffle between basic ruffians, from the looks of it, and the guards. Interceded and helped. Then spoke to the 2 shopkeepers. One of them was having supplies missing. The other one, the cannon repairer, had a missing delivery boy, which we decided to look into on our way back. We followed the trail of where he would be, found blood in the streets, followed that to a building that was being guarded by what looks to be people wearing official guard uniforms. We infiltrated through the cellar from another building, entered, found them interrogating the delivery boy, asking for the letter that he was supposed to deliver. Dispatched them. There was a small chase outside involving magical darkness, which was very unhelpful to most people. Inside, they dispatched everybody, figured that there was a fake Billy Bob and a real Billy Bob. Figured out which was which and dealt with those. Took care of Billy Bob and retrieved the letter. Outside the chase, an assassin, basically, jumped down and dispatched the person that was running from us, that was interrogating Billy Bob. And then had a brief conversation, or a brief interaction with Eladin in the darkness, and ran away. It turns out that they were trying to intercept a letter that was a recommendation from, and I didn't note it down, from one of the guilds about a promotion. Sorry, I got very sidetracked at this point because something else went on with Eladin. My notes were a bit vague. They were basically trying to get a fake letter sent to the king.
Integrity.
The Guild of Integrity was recommending a promotion of somebody to something. Anyway, the main point that I've got written down is that the fake letter they were trying to have sent in its place was recommended a Bertrand Bennetters, the Manticore, to be promoted instead of whoever was supposed to be officially. It was decided that we would keep prisoners back at the rookery. We kept the fake letter and the evidence, and we delivered the real letter to the gate. And then we returned for a long rest.
That's a very comprehensive description. I really appreciate that. That's pretty cool to hear it all at once. Alrighty. So if Ifia and Eladin would like to, we can do a short little interaction you had with the guards at the castle. There's potential to learn something new, but if you'd like to roleplay that.
Oh.
Potential. You won't necessarily learn anything.
Mm-hmm.
You good with that, Silver?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay. It shouldn't take very long, just a couple minutes here. All right. So in the darkness, as you guys follow the streets to the center of the city, you approach the castle gates. The walls loom several dozen feet in the air, and as you approach, there is two soldiers, one leaning on his his halberd. He looks like he may be snoring a little bit, and a second one standing with him holding a torch. You're also able to see, like, up in the towers next on the sides of the gates, there's lanterns hanging there, and you can see, like, movement as man-at-arms, march and do their patrols and all that stuff. No map for this. It's just the theater of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
You approach?
Yep, I'm going to grip Effie's arm a little tighter. We will walk up together.
The guard that is
your arm confidently.
the guard that is more attentive sees you guys in the darkness. Now you're no longer in the darkness. He says, "Halt! Who goes there?"
We have a delivery made in somebody's stead. They got a little waylaid. Thought we'd complete it for them.
He looks down at his wrist where a sundial, a miniature sundial, has been mounted, which of course doesn't work in the dark or by light of torch. Well, you're a little late. We've been expecting you hours ago.
Yes, like I said, little waylaid. All dealt with, and the courier's fine, by the way.
That's
Get off the screen.
He pushes his partner on the halberd, and he pulls
Oh my god!
He had what would you say, like a briefcase-sized chest strapped to his waist, like chained to his waist. He spins it around, holds his halberd under his one arm. He holds it open, and he unlatches it and lifts the lid so it's open facing towards you. Looking inside of this briefcase, it's just black. Just darkness.
And I don't see anything like the bottom.
Correct. The first guard who spoke will say, "Well, just deposit it in here. We've got to get these to the king in the morning. He'll review them, and then the council will go over all of them."
I will reach the letter forward and before depositing it. Just curiosity, so we're just finishing the delivery. What's this for?
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, the monarch is ill. He grows old, and he's not long for this world. He does like a crucifix, like Catholic kind of symbol or something or other. He's paying some sort of reverence to the monarchy.
And this is to decide upon his successor, of course. It's a little important to be left with a simple courier, don't you think?
We've taken precautions. And then he lowers his voice a little bit. He's like, "Truth be told, I agree with you. We really should have done this a different way."
Damn DM.
Seems rife for tampering with.
We have the finest of scribes and people who like calligraphers that will make sure everything is legit. The handwriting, the paper style, all of that.
And if, just as, happenstance, this has been forged or interfered with or attempted to be done so, the actions that would be taken would be...
Well, that's above my pay grade. I'm just here to make sure there's no tampering or interference here at the gate.
Who should I speak to if there was such an occurrence?
That's a good question. He'd reach like into inside of his jacket, which is just over his chainmail. He would bring out like a pad and he'd flip through it. It would like lists of names and such. He'd eventually, after a moment or two, pick a name out of the book and tell you this name that I do not have.
That's fine. We'll come back to that as long as I know it. That's fine.
I will make a note for myself to do that later.
All seems to be in order with this, and then we'll drop the letter into the void.
Yes, the letter does indeed. It floats into the darkness, disappearing slowly, and just vanishes. After a moment or two, a slip of paper comes out of the darkness and just flies into the air and floats down to you.
Take it. Have a quick glance.
You grab the sheet, and it looks like a receipt. It's a receipt that says the date, the time, the item you delivered, any maybe like special holidays that were today.
Yeah,
it's
excellent.
It's just
tuck that away into a pocket for later.
The sleepy guy with the halberd and the chest closes it, clasps his back up, puts his lock back on, and drops it down to his side. Thank you for participating.
No real participation here. Not really of interest to me. The chest, though, very interesting. Not seen anything quite like it.
Yeah, me neither.
And it comes from...
Oh, sorry, they gave it to me from the castle. It's not this is not really an everyday occurrence. I mostly just stand here. But this is a special day, I guess.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for your duties, I suppose.
Glad to do it. Most of the time.
Nod. And glance at Effie, make sure she's nothing to add.
No, nothing to add. I just kind of like look at them and I kind of smile and I'm like, oh, y'all are doing a great job. Very impressive.
What's your guys's? Okay. All right. You will see someone beyond the gates. You see like a torch or a lantern. Sorry, not a torch. Someone carrying a lantern approaching the gates from the inside. They don't seem to be, in any rush or anything like that. There's just somebody approaching. Maybe they're a couple 100 feet off behind the gates.
I will dally a little, go to as if to make my way away, but I want to wait and see.
After you seem to hesitate. Oh, unless you got something.
Oh, when I see you starting to hesitate, I'm gonna look at the guards and say, you guys do such an amazing job, and I really enjoy, I really appreciate all the hard work that you do, and I make a similar symbol of respect towards the king. Your attire is really well made, and I just would love to hear a few more details about that as that person approaches. Just so they seem a little have a little conversation going.
Yeah. He will blush. You'll be able to see his cheeks redden a little bit. He's not wearing a helmet. The other guard's wearing a helmet. He'll like look down over his chainmail and maybe over his jacket, and he'll just, yes, he'll say something to the effect of like, my mother, yes, she is an excellent seamstress. You see these seams that she sewed for me? They're just wonderful. Like, nobody else here at the barracks has quite the garment like I do.
I like look over it and I'm like, wow, those are very straight seams. They're very precise. And I'm like playing with it. I'm like, could I look at the inside? Oh, it matches the inside. It doesn't even look messy like a kid's first project. She's an amazing. I'm just complimenting his mother profusely as he talks and the person with the lantern continues to approach.
All right, that's good. All right, so the lantern person is significantly closer at this point. You're able to clearly see what this person looks like. It's a young man, very formally dressed. He walks straight up. He almost looks regal, not like king-like, but very. Clearly, he's probably influential. He's well dressed. He's inside the castle walls. He approaches up, and he gets 20 feet away from the door before the soldiers notice somebody coming behind them. They immediately stand up straight. The one who was sleepy, just rock solid. He's at attention, and they both salute the man as he approaches.
Okay. When I see them straighten up, I'm gonna do a small curtsy. I don't know how to curtsy, so good thing Afia definitely knows how to.
The man acknowledges the salute and the curtsy from you as well. He stands behind the locked portcullis and the gates, and then he gestures to the men up on the tower who slowly raise the portcullis and open the gate for him. He steps out and addresses the two soldiers first. Ben, you still have the case, right? It's time to head back in. Shift change is about to happen. And noticing Afia again, he will make some mention of, what's a young lady such as yourself doing out in this late hour?
Afia affects their brightest smile, accompanying a friend, and I gesture to Eladin to drop off very important parcels. The deliverer was waylaid, and we're here to complete their mission.
I will give a
May I
bow at
ask-
this production.
May I ask who you are, if you don't mind?
This is another guy I should have named.
Okay.
He would identify himself,
Sorry.
and no, you're
His
fine.
name's
You're fine.
Jack.
It's a more regal sounding name, whatever it's going to be. He'll tell you, and then he'll also mention that he's
Nicholas.
he's a council member, and he's just finishing the business for the evening. While he's standing there, two guards come out of the barracks, and they come forward to relieve the two that are standing there. There's an exchange between him. They unlock the chain around the guard's waist and relock it around the councilman's waist. And him and the two guards that are being relieved go to walk back in the castle proper.
On the mention that he's a council member, I will speak up. I wonder, being on the council, your grace, it would be possible to have a small moment of your time. It is a little important.
He turns back. He's clearly he's at this point he's starting to get a little anxious, maybe because the portcullis and the doors have been open so long. He does turn back to you, and he'll say, This matter of importance will have to wait. Is what I have here is of the utmost importance. Here's what I'll do. You give me your name, and I will get back to you, and we will contact you, and then we can set up a meeting if you'd like.
That would be appreciated. The sooner the better, as the matter that myself and some of my companions that aren't here may need to discuss does definitely relate directly to your important job right now.
You've piqued his interest, but he will not stop at this point to gather with you.
Perhaps, may I suggest, in the morning? We do need to rest. We've had a long day, and it can probably wait until then.
He thinks for a moment before responding in the affirmative, but it would have to be like late morning. He's thinking more like 10 o'clock.
Will absolutely suits my time frame, I think.
He will nod, and he like raises an eyebrow. He's picked up on what you're talking about, even though he doesn't necessarily know exactly what you're referring to. So he will, after you exchange names, will you give him your last name as well, or just the first name?
I will not. I will just say Eladon of the Black Feathers.
Okay. We'll say at that point, the eyebrow goes up. He has some sort of recognition. Maybe not that he knows exactly where to place you, but he's definitely heard your first name before.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will, with the two guards, retreat back unless someone stops him again.
Nope. I just call out to let the guard know to give his mother my warmest regards and compliments to her prowess.
He
all well.
Yes, he like rubs his hands together and he's like, I absolutely will do so. She will absolutely love that you appreciate her seamstressness. I'm not sure that's a word or not.
Her,
All right.
her embroidery skills or her sewing skills. I'm
Yes,
that person
her
who
sewing
sews.
skills.
Got it.
All right. That would be the gates close. The portcullis comes down. The two new guards have taken their places. You guys, that is scene then. Yes, you did talk about going out to drink before you head back. I don't know if that still was.
Yeah, we may. Yeah, we'll probably pop for a drink. It's been a long, stressful day for Eladon.
Right.
Yeah, I
especially.
figured that 10 o'clock would be good since I plan on having more than one drink for my yeah.
Eladon will
Bit of a liar.
restrain, knowing what's coming.
All right. So you guys participate in that revelry. You end up back at the rookery at some point, and we now return to scene on the rookery. The whatever day of the week this is, we'll call it Saturday morning. All right. Everybody, a reminder of the stuff you guys have. You have the two prisoners. You have Mort with you. You have the original Billy Bob. And I believe Eladon had something prepared for everyone in the morning.
Yes. So I'm assuming that the prisoners are put into the rookery's jail.
Yes, yeah, we don't have to necessarily move around the map. It's just
and Billy Bob is taken care of and looked after.
He is indeed.
But everybody will wake up to a piece of parchment slipped under their doors, asking them to join Eladon for breakfast in a private room.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm assuming everybody turns up at some point.
Oh, Gable's just got back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm the
Oh,
daughter
good.
has pink eyes, so I keep having to step away.
Ooh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Gibbles brickwicks up to a piece of parchment under his door, as does everybody else, asking him to come to breakfast in a private room with Eladon.
Okay.
Which private room?
Just a
One.
Yeah, it's not. We're not
The-
specifically picking one, but
Oh,
I mean, unless you want to. There's some cafeterias on the second floor.
Stone.
You could go into the haunted room where the you know,
Like a
the shadow
demon?
the shadow demon disappeared.
Demons was.
Sure.
All right.
Oh, yeah. None of us know what happened.
Right, that's true. Yeah, none of these characters would know that unless somebody else had told them.
Who's this?
It's just a fancy little lab.
That's Valerie.
Oh, I love them.
They probably love you too.
Yay!
Go away.
They were
Go away.
roommates.
You're gonna make fun of the movie I'm watching. Go away.
All right. Would you have invited Mort as well?
Yeah, sure. Mark can come. He's part of us now.
I hope his piece of paper was already open because he doesn't have hands.
Yeah. It's just a simple slip. Yeah, it's not folded
That's true.
over.
All right. So you're now in the bottom left. You are welcome to roleplay what comes then.
Oh, welcome everybody in, and it's a good spread. It's continental. Eladon doesn't cook, but it's decent, high quality stuff laid out on the table for you all, and you'll let everybody get settled and eat some,
You're not taking the trash upstairs.
and then you will tap a fork on a glass and get everybody's attention.
The way this is set up with the table in the corner of the room and then the open space in the middle is like, this is a workplace.
It is. We're just using it as an example. I mean, this room would probably make more sense, but it's fine.
No, I like it's a funny it's like we're in the office or something.
I mean, we could be in like this room.
So,
It's
friends,
not being
Eladon looks stern. He's not particularly happy. I have something I'm afraid I need to confess. I have kept certain information about myself from you, and it has become important and may affect you directly.
You can cook.
I wish. I really do wish. It's not something my parents ever knew to teach me. We had people for that. Speaking of parents, my name is Eladon Benetters. My father is the Manticore.
What is the Manticore?
So, why are you in our guild and not their guild?
My father and I don't get along. Never really have, but it became worse when I could no longer continue my studies at the academy. And I would like to make a name for myself as opposed to using his, given some of his reputation.
That's fair enough.
He's
Okay.
putting his influence into some important directions, it seems. And given my relationship with him, I thought it was best to come clean and open up to everybody.
So, does he know you're in our guild?
I've not told him, but I would imagine he's kept abreast of things. It's not something I'm hiding.
Do you think he's going to lash out against our guild or anything?
I think it is a possibility, given that we've interfered with his plans.
We can burn him down. Sorry, that was very abrupt. I'm listening.
You are more than welcome to, and I will not stand in your way.
This is great food, by the way.
You're welcome. Purchased from the finest of vendors in the city. I can assure
We have a
you.
cook in the rookery.
Zane just stopped talking and just keeps eating, and because he has no idea what's going on, because he shut up on a boat, so he's just listening and eating.
My father has requested to meet with me. Urgently, I assume. Although he did send his message through an assassin, which is a little worrying.
Yeah.
It means you're doing something right if he's sending assassins after you.
We can kill them too.
Or that just sounds like a very pointed message.
Especially when he could have just sent a courier to me, you know? It's
Yeah, much simpler ways.
I'm not sure where I want to go with this. I don't wish to have my name marred by his actions. Just as much as I don't wish to use his name to get myself into any reputation of note.
Well, that's the easy fix right there. Just change your name.
No, my name links me to my mother, and I will not abandon her.
So keep her name, but not your dad's name.
She took his, I'm afraid.
Hmm. Yep, I'm at a loss. Zane keeps eating.
I just felt it was best to get this information in the open. Although I would rather we keep it between ourselves for the moment.
You could always make a name for yourself.
I do intend to.
That's his intention.
My intention will be to be Eladon on its own.
So let's just do that. Zane, I'll help you.
Well,
I
thank
don't
you.
know what I'm going to do to help you, but I'll help you.
And it is appreciated. Eladon will glance at Effie, as I know others here will as well.
Of course, you're welcome. My name, if you need it. We
Believe
always
me,
need
I
more
will go
mentions for the
by
crowd.
many names before our journeys together are done, I would imagine.
Well, then you're doing a great job. The more names you collect, the more identities you have.
The further away you can
We
be from your father.
need to
Oh,
come to a
myself.
decision on how we're going to proceed.
I thought we just made that decision. We're gonna help you make a name for yourself.
Oh, I was rather talking more about the
Assassin.
and the corruption and the fake letter that we've uncovered.
Oh, that
Eh.
right.
I will clarify a little bit just for the sake of the assassin. So, the assassin had a note that had been. It looked like the note had been weeks, months old. That had just been like crumpled in his pocket that he handed to Eladon, which I wasn't specifically mentioned. So the assassin wasn't trying to kill Eladon. He had something from Eladon's father that he to give
over.
to Eladon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
Just for clarification.
Yeah.
Trying to kill you.
Yes, to clarify, the assassin wasn't aimed at myself. It was just a method of delivery.
but what did they deliver?
A message asking to meet with me from my father.
Oh.
All right, so let's go meet your father.
I may also note that we do have a meeting at the palace if we wish to report what is going on or discuss with a council member.
So I mean,
We
if you
told
want, I could always shapeshift into a very, very small being to help infiltrate and get information if it was just supposed to be a one-on-one conversation between you and your old man.
Oh, no, I'm with you now. No, we all go together. If he wishes to have a private conversation, then that's on him.
Yep. Out of character, I'm at a loss. I have no idea what you want me to say, so he's just gonna keep eating.
I think
But do
I'm
you want
asking
to?
if you will all come with me, if you all would. But it is putting you into his line of sight.
I mean,
Athea walks towards you and puts their hand on your shoulder and says, "Of course, I will accompany you. Um, you're a friend, my friend. So you shouldn't face
Zane
that alone."
Zane puts his plate down and kind of snaps his fingers and produces flames with them and says, "You have my fire," and then picks his
Hey,
food
it's
back
the
up.
Lord of the Rings reference.
And then
I don't
then I
have
pick
any
my
more
food back
seltzer
up.
puppy.
Out of
Stop giving me kisses. I
obligation,
don't have any food.
out of obligation of you being a guild member, I feel like we have to help you to a degree.
I relieve you of that obligation. It's a personal choice.
Oh no, that is my reason for going with you.
Then it's appreciated. Brick,
He's gone.
he's gone.
He's missed. Yes.
We will come back
No.
to his.
All right. I do. I believe, and definitely, Atlee would have. He's definitely on board with this. He did just message me. He says it might be 9 o'clock now before he gets back. They get delayed.
Then
Giving me kisses.
maybe a quick trip to my father before we go to the palace. The state of things.
Why are you so stinky?
Sure.
It seems
Sounds
like
like
the
fun.
thing.
Okay. I will make note there, as Gables wrote in the chat there, you do each have an additional hit dice for this coming day.
Oh, cool.
Is that just
All
one
of us.
additional hit?
It's gonna be 3.
Oh, that's right. Kundali didn't eat. Yeah.
Well, it's he's proficient with the utensils, so it's 3 extra hit dice.
Oh, okay. 3 extra. Wow. That's 8 hit dice. That's pretty good.
Wow. Okay.
And there's only 5 creatures can gain this benefit, right?
Oh, that's a
Yep.
good point too.
Yeah, that's why I denied it.
Zuto
Oh, I
was
was just
still
hungry for
offended.
some apples.
Oh, regains an additional day.
Mhm.
Doesn't gain one. That's fine. I'm at max anyway.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
I didn't read
nice.
all that. I just started eating.
Now make
Oh.
a con save.
Okay, I was reading.
I gotta make.
I mean,
Okay.
you said it was a continental breakfast, so I pulled out my Jordan and Peele impression and was like, "Oh, fancy."
I didn't
Okay.
save yet.
Before we head off onto a new map, is everybody's AC, DC, and passive perception correct? I see Bricks is updated.
Zane's good.
Zane's is right. Okay.
I think so.
Oh, did you want to pick up an armor, Ifia? I I see you took Valor? I think that means you have medium armor
Yeah.
if you want it.
I had proficiency in it, but if it's gonna ruin this outfit, then no.
Okay.
There is a breastplate in the armory right now if you wanted to pick that up.
Is it cute?
I'm sure it is.
I'm sure you can dress it
It's
up
not.
to be cute.
I cannot see anybody's tokens. I may be on the wrong map.
Oh,
Scroll down.
Well, you can't
yeah.
wear it underneath your clothing. Although
Yeah,
that might
breastplates
I'll
are
mess up.
do.
super easy
That might mess up your shape though.
Yeah, they're easy to accessorize.
Okay. All right. Then I will find. I guess I'll take that. Am I gonna walk slower? No. Okay.
No.
Should I
That's,
walk? Will that mean? Okay. I'm used to like games being like, okay, you put on this. Now you're like a little slower. No. Okay.
no, you just probably have
Then
better AC now.
That raises
all
you
right. Well, then
to
I will put.
14 plus dex.
Yep.
Okay. So
14
Should have
plus dex
s-
max 2.
Okay, so you should have 16 AC then.
okay. So I'll
You
type
have a
that,
plus 2 in dex? You do.
and then you said a breastplate. So just add that at the bottom. Wah! Breastplate.
Your HP is right too. Let me see. No, so we gotta change that. 42, 42. Save. Happy was. Oh, you got Kundali's done.
I fixed it.
17, 13, 13 is still right.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Can't see my token.
Okay, I've decided that the breastplate does have to come with me because it will look really cute underneath this if it had like nice design. Okay, we're good. Don't mind me, y'all. Just out here being a little weird. I also gained proficiency with martial weapons. I don't know if she would be able to use them though. So
Like a
mentally.
rapier?
I guess I have a
Yeah.
crossbow and a dagger.
Yeah, if you want to pick up a rapier, you're welcome to do that as
Jesus
well.
Christ. Luna Nix, that whatever is out there you can't catch. It's in the rain and you don't like rain. Gone. Hush now. You so stinky.
All right,
So
so
stinky. Stop being loud.
to visit Manticore, I'll move you guys onto this one just so we get a reference point for you. Should be able to see. You're starting here. Ping that. Focus ping. You're starting here, and you would be traveling roughly,
95 feet.
yes, it's 95
Yes.
feet to Manticore.
I moved in next door to my father. Yes.
3 turns. Got it.
All right, we will have a nice random encounter here on the way. I'm going to throw you
Wish y'all
guys
had a
on
whip.
a whip,
Get
like
the cantrip. Sword whip.
Buy
Yeah,
one
like
on the
the-
way, probably.
yeah. If
All right,
you want a
I'm
whip,
buying
you can
one on
grab
the
a whip.
way.
Yeah, because
Oh,
there's
I'm
market
gonna buy
closer.
one.
I forgot.
You can get a horse.
Nikoma would have paid you all. How many members are there? 5, 6, 6.
There's
With
6
everybody
total.
here. It was. I wrote it down here somewhere. Whatever. 300 gold each.
Ooh.
This is
I love
what
being
was.
rich.
This was what was sent over by the Integrity Guild leader, who was the guy you ran into, because he was the one charged with paying you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I go ahead and add the whip to my list? I don't want to like slow down
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
all the time by stopping at the. Okay, cool. Then I'll track my 2 gold.
Rearrange you guys on the
I guess as
map.
a. What am I again? I'm a.
Wildfire Druid.
Yeah. So that's basically spelled, right? It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Really don't.
A caster.
All right, I'm going
I
to,
think it's
because
that. I gotta
at
figure that
least
out.
not here. I'm going to leave him off of this for now. Put him on the GM layer. Everybody else is here. He will catch up to you when you guys. Probably here. That works. That's fine. Okay. More somewhere over here. Okay, so I will move you to the new map. Yeah. If there was anything else anybody wants to buy or pick up on the way, that is perfectly acceptable. All right, should be on the new map, all the way bottom right.
Anyway.
and it should be lit up. It should be full light. Looks like it is. You remember what children means in D&D? Gables knows what children means in D&D.
Yes.
You know, I might subvert expectations, maybe. Who knows?
Kill the
All right.
child.
Yeah, just kill her. She's running towards you. She's a threat.
We can't let her have the opportunity.
I don't have a vision on my guy.
Oh, no vision. Brick.
And my DC went up by 1. Can't figure out how
Vision,
to change
and you
it.
have dark vision. You're at 60.
Yeah.
Save. What was your DC went up, you said?
Yep.
DC 15?
15, yes.
All right. If everyone would roll into initiative, as long as you're able to see and everything looks right. Whoa! Oh, okay. I forgot all those other ones were in there. That's okay. I can manual, and then I exit out of it anyway. Hitting
We
all
don't
the
see
wrong
any other
buttons.
ones.
Right?
We
Yeah,
don't
because
see
they're on the DM there.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were
Oh,
like
wait, where's
word.
my token?
Where is it?
I
be
held it in.
here.
Where are you?
11,
Yeah, why are you
16.
so small?
Or do you want to organize this so like we want to how we entering this?
Oh yeah. Go ahead and move. Yeah, move around. However, this is you are coming from this direction. So initiative will start
Feel-
like as soon as you cross. You know, like
Eladrin would
I want to
probably
be. I want to be in front.
fine,
Yeah,
although I
let's
imagine Eladrin would probably be leading the way.
Let's also not bunch
We're
of.
all in front, apparently.
Yeah.
everybody's
actually.
in front.
Hey!
You
Except for
did
MC
just
and
enter
Zane.
through a fairly
Mhm.
small gap.
I'm gonna say I'm kind of small, so I mean I can stay in the back, but
I'm carrying Zane in front of me as a human shield.
I thought you were just a torch. But I mean,
Missing
works.
Kundali. Cannonball roll. What's Cannonball doing?
What?
I rolled a 19.
Cannonball's that
yeah.
was the
He rolled
previous
19.
game. You can drop cannonball.
Okay, I'm gonna stand beside Eladin because I'm going to be moral support for when we eventually start punching his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Gables, can you add blank characters to the sheet?
To
To the turn order? How did you
maybe?
do that before? You typed in like a name.
Oh, you go into the thing and just like adding like the turn order count, you just add it right there like that instead of
Okay.
adding a counter to it.
So just we'll just call it like that's fine. I'll just add her. That's okay. She'll be at 20. All right. So as you guys enter into this a little bit walled off, there was slight walls, a little gate you pass through section. You see a little girl sprinting towards you, and she looks like she's in a great deal of distress. Her dress is ripped on the back, or in the back and the sides. She's just like looking over her shoulder, crying, and just sprinting in your direction. Yeah.
I'm so excited to see more children after work. Yay! I'm gonna see this small running child and have a mental thought back to things that were happening in my home and remember certain actions that have happened. And I'm gonna step forward. I think that's 10 feet. And I'm gonna look at this small child and gesture them towards me. Because I don't know what's approaching them, but I also don't trust them completely. because that's how we met Billy Bob.
Hmm.
Yes. All right. Do you say you're just gesturing? You're not saying anything?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know if whatever's chasing her focuses on sound. I don't know if it's a clicker or a runner,
Got
and
it.
I don't want.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna gesture quietly.
She sees you gesturing, and it is her turn. She sprints up. She's like, there's tears running down her face. She's bawling a little bit. You know, as she gets closer, you can see the tears are pretty severe in the back. There's even maybe a couple on the front. You can see like there's like a streak of blood running down one of her legs. She runs up
Jesus
to you and
Christ.
she's like, she tearfully says, you know, mumbling or bobbling or whatever through her tears. Please help Fido. Something's happened to him.
Okay,
Don't
well,
hurt
apparently
him.
she doesn't have a problem.
He's a
Don't hurt
good
him.
dog.
A dog. A dog. Sorry. Fuck. Okay. What happened to your dog? I'm trying to stay calm, y'all. Y'all don't understand this. I'm gonna go pet it. Okay, I'm trying to be
You
comfortable.
may not want to pet on this dog.
You don't understand. There's only been one time where I've run from a dog, and it was because I was with a child. I have no sense of self-preservation when it comes to dogs. I'm gonna try to calmly be empathetic, draw from that well of child comfort, and I'm gonna say, "Your dog did this to you? What happened with your
Yeah,
dog?"
we were playing, and his eyes they turned red, and he started to
Oh shit!
attack me.
Oh, oh no, that sounds awful. Wow, I've really used up all my empathy points at work today. But that's heartbreaking. Where was your dog? Were you in your home or were you outside?
She
Was it
points.
foaming?
She just points this direction, and
Oh,
then we will Kundali.
okay. Definitely that.
Kundali will move forward and he'll stand in a defensive posture. That's
Her
all right.
dog's a
As an
chihuahua.
action, I'm going to dodge. I'm just gonna wait for whatever comes at me, and I'm just gonna take it. That's the end of my turn.
I'm gonna use him as cover, and I'll take or I'll cast Armor of Agathis, bludgeoning Armor of Agathis at 2nd level, and then I will take out my Morning Star.
Alrighty. So that's what, 5 temporary HP.
10. Gotta
10.
do the 2nd level.
Okay. Yes. Yep.
And
Second
it
level.
deals bludgeoning damage if I was to be hit.
Yes, because you have Crusher, which max.
Oh, well, it's the scribe thing where I can
Oh,
switch
that's
it up.
okay. All right. Yes, that's your turn, and then we move on to our little doggy's turn.
What the fuck?
All right,
You
so
got this.
down here
I'm gonna pet
from
it.
yes, I will. If you want to see what it looks like there.
Oh my goodness!
Little
It's so
doggy.
big.
Is that
It's
metal?
it is. It's clearly a construct. Its
Wait,
eyes
can you
are.
show it again?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, we gotta pet it.
It's a large canine-like construct. Its eyes are indeed glowing red. It looks like it's got razor sharp claws and such. So it rounds the corner at like a full sprint, and it slides a little bit, and then turns. I guess we'll call it north. I don't actually know what direction it is. We'll call it north, towards the top, and sees you guys standing there. It will give a nice big snarl and use the rest of its movement to move towards you.
Oh, this dog's fucked.
The little girl in the back it begins weeping even harder, and she's like, "Please, please don't hurt Fido." I give Fido.
You couldn't think of a better name?
She
I'm
could
judging
not.
the child, not you.
Here, I'll get the dog a nameplate. There's Fido.
I'm disappointed
Ilda.
in this child.
Hmm. Hmm. Don't want to hurt the dog. Okay, I am going to move forward just behind the Gundali. Screw it. And I'm going to point my pistol at the dog and fire an Eldritch Blast.
Fire away.
Mm-hmm.
That hits. That will also hit.
Really? Okay. For 10 force damage.
Damage received.
And that will end my turn.
Zane.
Okay. If I were to cast heat metal, it technically can't take it off, right?
Well, I need to look that up. Heat metal on constructs.
Doesn't that have to be like armor or?
Yeah, I think it has to be. Yeah, it has to. It can't. I don't know if it affects creatures because the construct is
See,
technically.
that's
Yeah,
what I was just asking.
heat metal. Yeah, heat metal can only target objects. Construct is a creature type, and a creature is not an object. At least that's what
Okay.
Chorus says.
No
I
worries.
love the idea, though. I love it.
That was big brain.
I was like, he can't take it off. Like, that's gonna hurt.
If the mutt was carrying something.
Okay. In that case, okay, so it's not a dead. Okay. Sorry, I have like 18 million spells to look at.
You do indeed.
I was going to heat metal, but I had to ask the question first. So I think what I will do, if I did, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay, so if I did flaming sphere, nope. Okay, that's just okay. That works. That works. Okay. All right. So we are just going to we're gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray. Okay.
Is that 3 rays, and I got to make 3 attacks?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So 1, 2, really 3. Wow.
The final one hits.
What hits?
So it's a 2d6. So it's 6.
That is a lot of numbers. 1d6, 0d0 plus 2.
I know. I don't know what that's all about.
I don't know either, but
It does look at
2d6.
6 plus 2 and a 1 plus 2.
But so it'd be 9.
Well, it doesn't matter in this particular
weird.
case. So your scorching ray hits this metal mutt construct, and the flames are just absorbed into its body. It looks invigorated, in fact, by the flames.
Really?
Oh,
Perhaps you, the wildfire druid, should sit this one out.
So, yeah. So we are going to bonus action. Oh, I can't wait. Do I summon my wildfire spirit?
Action.
Action.
druid.
Okay. So yes, then. It's been a minute. I'm trying to read everything up.
Ifia. The
All right.
little girl has like pushed up against you, and she's like, "Please, please don't hurt Fido."
Hmm. I'm looking at this girl like, of course, we're gonna just work on getting Fido to listen. And I'm gonna kind of push her behind me. So she's not in the line of fire. I'm going to turn to Fido, and because he's like just within range, I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery and say, "Bad dog, sit." Because when will I ever be able to use this again?
He fails his save.
Nice.
Yes, he
Yo.
will
It was
take
worth it.
2 psychic damage.
It was
Again,
And then-
I like the way you phrase that. It wouldn't typically have any sort of commanding effect, but I think in this case, I will allow it, and Fido will sit. He sits momentarily. He doesn't look any happier about it, but he sits.
Listen, I wasn't planning on having him sit. I just wanted to say it because I didn't know if I get a chance. But I also like the fact that he also is going to have disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Yes, that is true.
And I'm also going to pull out my crossbow. I'm not going to aim it, but I just want to be ready.
You
Because
got
I
rid
got
of
to
the
think
turn
of the
order.
small chop.
Stupid turn order. I keep hitting the wrong button. It's back. All right.
And with that, I'm going to turn to the little girl and say, see, sometimes we have to work on training our pets. That's why it's really important to take them out every day on walkies. And with that, I'll end my turn.
All right. The little girl's turn. She will take a couple. She'll remain where you slid her, and she will again reiterate that we were just playing. I don't know what I did. I touched his head, and he went all kill mode on me.
Some
Please.
dogs don't like to have their heads touched.
She will again repeat that you did not to hurt Fido.
Okay. So I'm not going to hurt Fido. The rest of y'all are in.
Can
Look.
I use my action to discern whether this little girl is telling the truth or because it
Yeah.
seems
If you'd like
suspicious.
to roll insight, you can. Yeah. Before you roll, what's your passive insight?
I think it should be 13.
What's your
Okay.
wisdom?
My wisdom is 16.
It should be higher than that.
No, it's
don't-
because
I
it's 10 plus the modifier. Yeah, 13 is fine.
Never mind. I have
Actually, yeah. Would my
proficiency.
passive give me any idea, or use my action to?
So before you attempted an action way, your 13, however much you trust that, says she's telling the truth. It is, of course, your call if you would like to actively attempt to discern.
I'm gonna lean towards Brick, and as a free action, I'm gonna say, "Don't trust the little girl." I'm just gonna
You're not very
run.
a trusting individual, are you? It's gonna be a sad life.
Before he even said anything, I rushed towards the dog.
I never liked that guy. I told you that before you married him, didn't I? I sat you down. What a piece of shit. Did you know she was his
What are you watching?
I hope it's not copyright, Monk, because the stream could get taken down.
Oh, is that me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my wife's watching. So
I don't think it can be quite understood. The first attack misses. The second attack hits.
Girl.
yeah, why would turn it down?
No, I'm enjoying the background noise.
You a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit, babe.
Well, fuck you.
Oh.
Oh, to be in love.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like,
And-
my Discord's on my other screen. I'm just looking at the map, so I'm like, I don't know what I'm. I didn't
It's
notice
fine.
my little
and
ring
then I'm
going off.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to flurry of blows.
Yes. Yep.
Where are you going?
That hits. That misses.
Okay, and that 21 will have an effect on it.
Okay.
And that effect will be addle. Oh no. That effect will be so is it prone?
No, it's not. He's not technically prone, no.
I'm gonna topple it.
Okay. So I need a dex save from him.
Actually, no. Oh, never mind.
If you'd like to switch it, that's fine.
I was gonna say push. Push it 15 feet away from me.
15 feet. Okay.
Then
That.
I'm going to
How's that? Better?
Yes.
yeah. It was just like, what was she watching? It sounded really spicy. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. We are Brick. You can hear the
All
little
right.
girl pleading in the back for you not to injure, not to hurt her, Fido.
Listening to what she said and everything, I'm going to try to prep an action to press a button on this thing's head when it comes up to us.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh no, that's
If I
not a
can.
humanoid. That's not a humanoid.
You
And
are, so
that'll
you're
be my turn.
readying your action to like.
I'm gonna push its button.
Okay, so from where you are, you don't see. So you don't see any what you're looking for from that distance. When it
Okay.
does get closer, though, here I'll have you. How about this? We'll roll sleight of hand at disadvantage. We can just roll that now if you want
Okay.
to, because he will approach. It's close. Needed a 15. All right. Fido will
And
approach.
I'll let Kundali know what I'm trying to do. So maybe him being better at dexterity can do it.
All right. Fido approaches. And 2 attacks plus 7. He will. Everything else? No. All right. He will make 2 attacks. 1 at Kundali, 1 at Brick. This is
The
a
first
plus. It's 26 and a. Yeah, the first one's on Kundali.
Miss.
Okay.
Shouldn't that first attack be at disadvantage due to vicious mockery?
You're right. That's a disadvantage. So that's actually a 17 to hit Kundali.
I have an AC of 17. He makes it.
All
I
right.
tried.
You might have just made it so he hits both of us.
Probably.
Let me double check that. 2d6.
I think it's
So that's 12 piercing
I
damage.
use my reaction to deflect. Reduce it by
And
17.
does 0 damage. Does that
So
also allow you to make the attack? You have to spend a key
It's-
point to attack
I
back?
have to use a key point to
Yes.
attack
Okay.
back.
All right.
And so does he want to attack me again?
Since he failed to damage you, you know what? With the circumstances there, yeah, he would. Since he didn't get to bite you, he would attack you again for a
That
1d1.
hits.
All right. So we roll the 2d6 again. That is 15 piercing damage.
Oh, took a chunk out of me.
Yeah.
Like a real big one. On a bone.
All right. The dog will. His eyes are still glowing red at this point. Brick, when Fido did approach, Brick did attempt to he gripped the sides of Fido's head before he had a chance to bite Kundali, and he's like wiggling his fingers around. You would notice something though when you did that, Cables. You'd feel there is a latch of some kind, like over. There's like a compartment on the top of his neck that you were unable to unlatch on your previous turn, but you know exactly where it is now.
I will inform Kundali where it is.
Ooh, dissonant whippers.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
ignore that. That's not what's happening right now. I was not supposed to click that.
Okay.
I was like, well, Ellison doesn't want this dog being saved.
Nah.
Fido runs away.
Eldon's like,
Poor
fuck
Fido.
this dog.
All right, Eldon,
Don't
what
you
would you like?
start.
Eladin's just going to walk forwards very slowly. So we're not putting it down, right?
It's got a latch on its neck.
Please,
Oh,
please don't hurt Fido.
Okay, then. Eladin is going to... Really close. Okay, fine. Eladin is going to run forward to his friends, right up in the fray, and he's going to attempt to... I am not strong or dexterous.
What sort of check would you like him to use?
I would still, I think at this
Yeah,
point, still use sleight of hand. Unless if you think there's something that makes more sense with the description I've given you.
I would like to give the help action to Kundali by attempting to grab its head and keep it a little stiller
Okay. Do you?
on his turn.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see that. Yep. Zane. Oh, did you have a bonus action, Eladin?
No, that's it.
Okay.
I give Brickhouse the help action.
Brett. Ow.
Wow.
We're doubly out. How are you helping from back there? What's your strategy?
Okay.
Everybody hug the dog. Hug it.
I try to whisper in his ears that you can do this next time you try it.
Okay, you're whispering encouraging words to his ears. Okay.
I play some
Like,
one.
whoa,
one-
hold on. We'll get back to that when we get back to the rookery, right?
I place a warm hand on his back. EOT.
Also, I'll point to the archers that just popped up.
Yes, they just rounded the corner.
Oh, you see them?
Shit.
Wait, what?
Oh boy.
So
Yes, they're over here. They come sprinting around the corner, having heard a commotion, and that'd be about it.
Of course they come.
Not inside the tree, and
They
they will
were there when I
all.
moved up there. I want you to know that.
Actually, this is in the way, isn't it? It is.
A little. Yeah.
They will have to dash to get here. Let me double check that.
If you wouldn't
They-
see them because they're
They
nowhere
did
here in
not.
sight.
So they will dash and end up over here. Which means they can't attack. But they'll all be like yelling and shouting, and they're kind of freaking out at this giant metal dog that's roaming the streets. Ifia.
Wait, don't kill them.
No, look, she said don't hurt the dog.
She didn't say nothing about these people. I'm
Wait,
gonna
I
ask
don't-
the kid. Wait, Saret?
No, I don't think they're attacking us. They're attacking the dog.
She said, "Look, I have to let this energy out somewhere."
Oh,
I'm gonna ask the kid before I make my next move. Is there anything that this dog likes or dislikes?
Yeah, she'll respond. Well, he normally likes the pets, but he responds well to calm words.
Does he like treats or anything? What have you been doing for training?
He's not much of a treats kind of guy. He would.
Child.
What exactly? I don't think I have like a list of what he'd eat, but it probably wouldn't be like regular food.
Okay,
and we'll say he eats like iron, like a rust monster.
Okay, and I need to be closer. Okay, that's great. You need to work on your training. I'm sure there's a book I can purchase for you to help you with that. For right now, you said that he likes calm words. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to look at your dog, Fido. We're going to talk about your naming choices also, by the way. And I'm going to say, Fido, take a breath, as my niece says when my dog is barking. Calm down, Fido. Calm down. It's hilarious because she's like 4, has no common sense.
Oh, you're casting Mr. Mockery while you're
Sure
injuring it
am.
while doing this? Oh,
Yes.
I mean, I give it to you once, but no,
Look,
you're
I'm not gonna hurt it.
I mean, I am gonna hurt it, but I'm just saying, calm down. I'm not gonna expect this
Oh,
dog
You
to
let
are
me-
actually.
not gonna hurt it.
let me double check
Hey, it doesn't
his
even matter.
wisdom. He has a +1.
It doesn't even matter. See?
Yes. I thought you were doing
I
like
just-
animal handling or something. I was really excited.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That wasn't what I was doing. I was just listen. I did not
You-
know I had a wealth of dog options here.
You're,
Girl said not to hurt it. She didn't say I couldn't insult it as much as I wanted.
you're psychically messing with its brain while telling it to be nice.
Is that not training? Is that not training?
I suppose it is. All right.
Exactly. So I'm not hurting her dog.
That's good. That's good. The kid, she's like, no, not like that. I mean, you got to be real nice to him. Not. Wait, does Vicious Mockery have like audio associated?
It is
I guess
verbal.
it does. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is verbal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
She would
yeah,
recognize
verbal.
what you're doing, but so she would suggest if there was a way for her to suggest animal handling, the child will suggest that, but in a less meta.
Girl, I'm not a druid. And you didn't feed him tricks. So I couldn't use my prestidigitation like I planned. I was like, oh, I'll just throw a bone or something. Girl, I'm not getting as close as my friends are to that damn thing. Like, how old are you? What are you doing with your dog? Get it together. We're having a
she's-
talk.
She's like 9, maybe 10.
Get it together. This is Dungeons and Dragons, child, not, live action where you got an iPad. You're not an iPad kid. Get it together. Also, as I see
honestly, it's the parents' faults.
All right. Kundali.
as I see the people around the I guess I'm seeing part of them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you would've-
turn and pull my crossbow and like point at them because I don't know if they're dangerous or not. For my friends, they might shoot them in the back. So I'm like, watching y'all.
True.
And now
Okay.
end my turn.
You would recognize they're in, even if you do point your crossbow out, you'd recognize them as being in like official city patrol wear.
I'm willing to take that chance though.
Okay.
Might shoot
Yep.
my friends to try to get Fido.
Gundali, you have help to attempt to open the latch and potentially disarm Fido. If you'd like to take that help. You are not required to use that help, of course.
I am gonna do that. I'm gonna. It's sleight of hand, right? Or should I athletics or rip the box open or ath- sleight of hand or
The sleight of hand is what I'm leaning towards. You would have advantage on the check unless you have. I don't believe ripping the box open would be an effective method unless you have some other way you think you'd like to do it.
I mean, sleight of hand is better for me. So at advantage, I'm gonna try to.
Now
No.
the DC is lower because you have knowledge
and-
of the location, so you are
Yep.
able to. It doesn't. So here's your hands with Eladin, like pseudo grappling the dog's head. You're able to like reach over and you're able to like flip up this covering. Oh, and then inside this covering, you're able to see there is a switch.
Okay. And that's probably gonna be action to flip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use my bonus action to unarmed strike it, but it'll be a non-lethal strike. 22. And what I'll do next is grappler. You're
Yeah.
an accomplished wrestler. I'm gonna, as a free action, I can. Oh shit. That's not gonna work. No. That's the end of my turn.
You can't grapple because it was a bonus action attack as
Yep.
opposed to an
It
action?
was a
Okay.
bonus action. Yep.
Okay.
End of my turn.
Brick, you see the latch that Kundali flipped up. Yeah, you can reach in.
You have help.
That Zane is whispering in your ear, however helpful that would be. So here's you're still it's still like an alive creature that is attempting to resist what's going on. So I still want a roll, but it's of your choice, other than like whichever role you think would best fit it. Like I don't want Arcana, but you could probably do nature or animal handling or cannonball rolled and unarmed strike.
That's the role you asked. Yeah.
Why is cannonball rolling?
I
I
like
don't know.
cannibal. Okay.
Is that not showing up for you?
No, it's showing up as cannonball, but it's
It's using your modifier.
yeah, it's my modifier.
So it's just your name that you have clicked at the bottom.
All right.
No, it's just,
yes.
I'm Gables.
That's weird. All right. You are indeed able to reach your hand in this behind this snarling metal dog's mouth and just the flailing about it and everything, and you're able to reach in and just like tap, and you flip the switch from if you're able to see, it's labeled kill and defend, and it had been switched over to the kill switch. So you switch it over to defend. And the dog's eyes go from red to a. They go. Let me see what I wrote. I don't want to necessarily make this. Okay, that's progressive DC. Okay, yeah. It does immediately calm down. The eyes go from red to blue, and the dog's metal tongue hangs out of his mouth. He kind of like sits back and starts panting a little bit. And it. Oh, was there anything else for Brick?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So Fido is out of kill mode. He will sit there and
Oh,
seemingly
call back to the girl. Like, we deactivated him, or we got him. Call him again.
All right, this guy does not show up yet. Yes, the dog does indeed look calm. He just sits there and he looks pleasantly unready to attack you. Eladin, we are still in combat at this point.
I will. Does it have a collar?
Yeah, it has a collar. Pretty nondescript collar. It's not. Doesn't look like it's anything special.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I will just put my hand on the collar. And then just turn around and say to it, "Good dog. Come on then. Come on then." And attempt to lead it back in this direction calmly past the arch.
He seems to take well to your calm nature. And when his turn comes up, assuming nothing else changes, he will indeed follow you. Zane.
Hmm. Do these 4 in particulars look friendly or hostile?
They're wearing city garb. They do look, well, they look like they're about to shoot the dog. Despite it sitting down.
But we are at the
Nancy?
Manticore area, so I mean, it's like
You
Heroes
didn't,
need.
yeah. You're not
Perhaps you should
that
try to calm them down with your amazing RP.
I just like to eat.
Wisdom.
Offer them some
Wisdom.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something you wouldn't miss. These guys look like they are about to lay into the dog.
And we're like in between them.
Yes.
So
Okay. I look at them, guessing they're gonna shoot in our direction, not knowing that they're gonna shoot at the dog. But I kind of just tell them that if you're here for the dog, we've calmed the dog down, so you can lower your weapons. Oh shoot! Would you like something to eat?
Okay. You roll me persuasion. They look very set on
Zane.
what they want to do, but I need a persuasion from Zane.
Okay.
And unless the way you phrased it sounds like persuasion anyway.
I'll still roll a persuasion, but if they shoot the dog, I'm gonna shoot them.
Hey!
Do you make that clear? Hey, look at that
Whoa.
persuasion roll with a +0.
The universal language, food.
It's true.
So the guards actually it is their turn next. So the guards they're like aiming down sights. They're about to, you could see their fingers twitching over the crossbow triggers. And they slowly lower their crossbows and they're like, "You sure? You calm the it's not gonna like try to kill us anymore, is it? Or anybody?" I mean,
Nope. Not right now, it's not.
they for some reason trust the flaming dude on the street. But they do indeed. And we will exit. There's nobody else that'll attack it.
6 stage left.
We're like
Exit
gonna
stage
move
left.
over to Zane and be like, "That was some quick thinking." Like, big handshake.
All right. There is another piece of this little puzzle here. This guy shows up. You guys did it fast enough. He wasn't required. All right, down here around the corner, an older gentleman, not that much older, a middle-aged gentleman comes running around the corner and just like he's waving his arms, like yelling, and he's like, "Fido, come back! Fido, don't kill anyone!"
He's good.
Kill switch on that though.
He'll run up. All right, so we are officially out of combat.
You might want to make that kill switch a little bit harder to accidentally press.
Yeah, it took 2 active adventurers to turn it off, but a 9-year-old child did it by accident. Intriguing.
That does seem to be the case, doesn't it?
Sounds a little fishy to me.
He approached. Yeah. It seems to be truthful. He he approaches and he grabs Fido by the head, like moves him down a little bit, starts like fiddling with the contraption on his neck, and he like snaps the little door shut that's over the switch, and he installs a screw that he had in his hand. And then he will make the comment, this is all my fault. I can't believe I let this happen. I was attempting to repair him, and I didn't have the screw I needed. I left for just a moment.
You saying your screw's loose?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You need to learn how to be more vigilant with everything.
Oh, and the dog.
Good
Yeah,
thing we were here, or else your daughter would have been eaten alive.
Assuming.
Yes. That would have been such a tragedy. See, Fido here, he wasn't mine originally. He was handed down. My great grandfather passed recently, and we've been trying to take care of him, but he's such a big boy.
Surprised
I can
he's
take him
not
off your
red.
hands for you.
I can make him red if you want me to, and we can call him Clifford.
Paint the dog red.
You could also call him Cujo.
Yeah, so the man looks he looks distraught. He looks pretty sad, if sad is the right word. While this is all going on, the little girl will run down.
Far she goes. Elodin will have approached her and knelt down to come to her level and say, "Hey, sweetie, it's okay. It's okay now. Don't worry. It's all sorted." And he's just going to brush his hand over where she's been cut and is bleeding and cast Cure Wounds.
Yes, the scratches heal, and her dress doesn't repair
Oops.
itself, but
Well
you
done.
are a...
Mm-hmm. Hey, these things happen. Don't worry about it. And he's going to reach into his pocket and pull out 5 gold. Why don't you take this, get yourself a nice new dress, and maybe some treats for Fido?
She
Wait.
wipes the rest of the tears away, and he really likes to eat crowbars. They're his favorite. She looks at Afia and she's like, I should have mentioned that earlier. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And I'm gonna pull out 5 gold from my bag as well, and I'm gonna say, go buy a book on training and get started on that. And if your daddy doesn't buy that book for you today, I'm gonna come back and have a long talk with him. Okay? Okay.
Irresponsible
Karma.
parents are a staple of D&D.
Yeah.
Speaking
I know.
Wait,
God, I'm in the process of training my dog, and it's making me furious.
So she
So many
gracious, she looks really really happy, or not happy per se, but she's pretty excited by the prospect of purchasing a new dress and maybe buying a book to help train the dog. She will
Maybe.
run up.
Yeah, what maybe?
That
What maybe?
that's just
It's definitely.
that's just the DM filling in the gap there.
Better be a
She
DM.
will run up and she will jump into her father's arms, and he will he's holding her off the ground while one hand's on Fido's head. He will again apologize profusely for the incident.
Well, I'd appreciate you preventing this from happening in the future on some level. As I point towards the giant gash in my side.
So glad you cast Cure Wounds on a child's cut. But your
Yeah,
teacher
like, what
has
the
a
fuck,
gash
dude?
in his side.
I was with the child at the moment as I am
Yeah.
walking back.
A chunk of me got bitten off.
So, do you have your rabies shots?
I don't. I'd be
Or
more worried.
would it be
though,
tetanus?
Tetanus for
It'd be
tetanus.
I got this, guys. I got this. I got this. I cast Produce Flame and I cauterize the wound.
You're injuring Kundali more.
I'm kidding.
No.
Yeah.
Pretty
Okay.
cool though.
Yeah. So the
Brave
guards
deserve a
will
bleed.
at this point turn around, and they seem to think that the incident has been taken care of, and they have their rounds to do, or they get in trouble. So, they take a nice stroll. Unless somebody stops them, they run away.
Kundalini said, "How do you plan on preventing this from happening in the future?"
That is a good
As I
question.
asked.
Yes. He stammers a little bit. You bring your familiar out. Gables has a familiar? Gables doesn't. Yes, the crab.
Well, it was a squid before, but he'll be a crab for right now.
Okay. He'll stammer a little bit, and he'll say something to the effect of like, well, I did. I have my great grandfather's notebooks. I haven't had a chance to read all the way through it yet. He's like I said, Fido, with the business and as busy as we are, I just haven't had time.
Well, given the circumstances, I rather think it's time you sat down immediately and read it from back to front, don't you?
I agree. That does sound like the right course of action. If it
But
hadn't
what are you
been
still standing here for?
that you're right. I'm gonna go do that right now. Honey, Fido, come with me. We're gonna go learn together.
Kundalini
And-
looks pissed. The arms crossed, like the malice of a demon in his eyes.
Eladin's the same way.
Not amused. Not amused at all.
Eladin's then going to turn to Kundalini and say, right, arms up. And he's going to take the sash from around his waist and bandage the side where you've been gashed up with it.
Thank you, Eladin.
It'll heal in time.
It's a shame this happened in the first place, though.
Yes, well, some people can't hold a candle to others when their parenting skills come into question.
Okay. Talking about parents. Where's your father? Let's get moving on to your father, rather.
This way. I will stride off in the lead.
Yes. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Let me see. Roll. Let's get what did we roll? No, we rolled that already. What did we roll total previously?
What is that thing?
Friday.
That's a crab. That's a Brick's familiar.
Happy rolled a
Can you make
9.
that big?
You want my crab big?
Okay, I just want to see the picture.
Oh,
What is on its head? That's a pirate hat on its head. It's got a
It's
hook.
got a hook. Little
That's
teeth, gremlin teeth.
That's a mean looking crab.
8,
How
It
big is the
reminds me.
crab?
What's
16, 6.
Why are you
Is-
licking my
Thanks,
crab?
Silver.
Is he a
Happy-
medium-sized creature?
No, he's tiny.
He looks pissed.
it reminds me of Captain John Silver from Treasure Planet.
What?
Oh, I might be a little too young to get that reference.
Okay, first,
Y'all are
no,
babies.
that is not silver.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
All
him with the little hat.
So you guys rolled 2 higher than was necessary to avoid the next encounter for now. So
what's
you guys,
the morph? Morph.
No, he's not Morph. He's not
I-
Morph. He looks too much. Got the little teeth.
I
the little
wasn't
hat.
saying. I wasn't saying he looks like morph. I was just trying to think of the name. That's it. And I thought of it, so I said morph.
I don't
It's not Morph.
I don't know the reference.
Is it
Treasure
God.
I'm
Planet.
gonna need all
Treasure
y'all to
Planet.
go watch Treasure Planet.
Oh,
Fix your
well, I
lives.
mean, I've seen it's been a long time since I've seen Treasure Planet. But
I'm gonna need all y'all. I said what
all
I
right,
said. Go
we will
back and watch
move. So I do not have a map for the meeting, but you guys do manage. We'll have to do this again in Theater of the Mind. You managed to arrive at Manicore headquarters. And I assume Eladin's leading the way. As you approach the doors, there is a guard standing out front. Not like a city guard, but like a Manticore guard of their own guild.
Mhm.
You approach. He's standing there. He sees you a short distance away. And how will you proceed?
Aladdin will be in the front leading the way by probably a good 15, 20 feet, just determined to get there at this point. And he will abruptly stop, probably again about 10, 15 feet from the door, and just look at it for a minute or so.
The
And
guard
then
sees you doing this, but doesn't immediately react to your behavior.
he will then glance about looking for Effie.
I'm gonna follow behind you.
Now he reaches out his hand.
I'm gonna
And,
hold your hand and give it a light squeeze
and then
and say, "You got this."
steps up to the guard.
He glances at your face. He's got like a helmet on. He's mostly covered. You can see like the twinkle of his eyes behind it. And he will. Where is the? I need my up first. Here it is. Nope, not there. Here. Okay. And he says, "Name."
Eladin Benitez. I'll
Not
just
the
give him a
Wilbur.
scowl.
He. Okay. Reread. Okay. You can see a slight, maybe a recognition in those little twinkling eyes you can see behind the mask. He has like a podium off to his left. He'll like look down at the podium and he'll be like, you're not scheduled for today, but I do see a note. He flips the page. Ah, special case, I see. Flips the page back down. Well, Bertrand? Bertrand. With an R? I never remember.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bertrand is busy at the moment, but he will be able to see you shortly, assuming that's what who you're here to see.
I rather think, given the events of last night, that he will see me immediately.
He looks a bit taken aback by your insistence, but he will attempt to oblige you. He's going to knock on the door. There's like a slot, like you would see it, like a thug, like a thug hideout. There's a slot. Somebody else's eyes show up and says, "What do you need?" The guard's like, "Hey, we got a Eladin here. Says he needs to speak to Bertrand." The guy's like, nods, closes the slot, and then you hear like a shuffling away. You stand there for several minutes before anybody comes back to the door. The slot slams open again. He's like, "All right, he'll see you now." Slams it shut again, and you hear the door unlock, and it opens.
Final squeeze to Effie and glance over my shoulder to make sure everybody's still there. And then walk in.
I'm gonna
Alright,
attempt to follow behind you.
Yes. So, Eladin enters the door, and there is a slight. The door, it's like somebody's behind it, and they're trying to push it closed. So if you are following Eladin very closely, it like bumps into your foot.
If I see it start to close, I will put my foot in its way.
Thank you.
The guy behind the door grunts a little bit, and maybe he tries to stare you down.
I stare back. I try to make myself bigger and tower over him.
All right. He resists for a moment before succumbing, and he will allow the door to be held open. Yeah, the room you enter into, this house, this building, it's a couple stories tall. It's very well organized in despite the thuggish outlook from the exterior, the inside is very well decorated. Dr. Dilbert Doppler. Okay. It's well organized. It's well decorated. There's maybe some mounts, like creature mounts on the walls. Maybe there's like the head of a griffin somewhere, and various other slain beasts. Not in like there's not let's say there's just a couple, so it's not like terribly imposing. They're not like everywhere. There's just the pretty impressive specimens dotted around. There's some chairs. There's like a teller's counter in front of you, kind of style thing. There's no windows to the exterior anywhere to be seen. There is a receptionist standing behind this counter. And the man who let you in lets everybody in and then closes the door immediately.
I will wait, expecting to be guided to wherever my father is.
Yes, the receptionist sees you, and she immediately recognizes you for who you are, and she kind of like steps out from behind the counter and stammers a little bit. It's like, Eladin, it has been a long time. She would have been someone who maybe not necessarily helped raise you, but was around when you were a child. And she like bows her head a little bit, looks, kind of looking at the ground. And then she will
As she raises her head back after the bow, I will say into her mind telepathically, "You don't bow to me."
You notice a barely indiscernible nod that she gives you immediately after the telepathy. She will gesture for you to follow, and she will head into the back.
I will follow.
The hallway is double wide that you follow, so you could walk two abreast in it. You walk past several doors. There's some open ones, some closed ones. There's people doing various tasks in this in this building. You continue on back for it's a very decent walk. Maybe you do like a little semicircle. You're curving to the left. At the end, there are these large, ornate wooden doors, two of them, and there's like a big knocker on the door. She reaches up and just picks it up and slams it back onto the door, and there's a big boom and silence for a short couple moments before a voice calls from the interior, "You may enter." She pulls open the doors, and you're looking into this large chamber, bigger than any of the other rooms you have passed previously. There's a massive desk straight ahead, up on a little bit of a raised platform, so you're standing below it. There's bookshelves off along, lining the walls, of all colors and styles, and they look very ornate and showy. There's also a banner, the Manticore banner, hung behind this desk, and it's just a massive banner. It's 20 feet long and 5.5 feet wide, and it just hangs there. It like maybe it ripples a little bit, like it's like there's a breeze on it. So you can't feel a breeze, but it seems to move on its own. Seated at this desk is Aladdin's father, and he's busy writing away at something. He glances an eyeball up as you guys enter, but he continues doing what he was doing.
As I look around, I'm assuming there's no chairs in front of this desk.
There are no chairs.
Yeah. I will, as I pass the receptionist, who says, I wonder if I could bother you for a place for my friends to sit. Bring a few chairs through.
She glances up towards the desk, and Bertrand waves a finger, and she exits and grabs a couple of people, and they start bringing in some chairs for everyone else to sit along the wall.
While that's going on, I will just approach the desk and stand in front of it.
He again continues writing away on whatever he's doing. He's got it's a tilted book shelf thing towards him, so you can't see what's being written or the writing on it. Kundali denies the chair. Okay. Yes, and he continues, and he it's almost like he practically doesn't even acknowledge you're standing there. He's very busy with his work. After all the chairs have been brought in, the secretary stands at the door, waiting further instructions.
I will turn around myself once the noise dies down to say, "Thank you. You may leave."
She again gives a slight nod and then exits the room, pulling the door shut behind her. It is just you. I guess technically Atlee is not there. We'll say he's gathered just for the sake of the storytelling behind this. So everyone's there. They're all seated. Mort is decidedly quiet. He's floated down. He's only a couple feet off the ground. He's very even his light, his green light, has dimmed quite a bit, so it's just barely shining off of him. He seems respectful, which is a weird thing for him to be doing.
I will stand and wait for a minute. 1 minute only.
You get to about like the 56-second mark, and he puts down his quill, folds his hands in front of him, and looks up at you.
Well,
Yes, I suppose there's a reason I've called you here, isn't there?
I would imagine so.
He takes a deep breath. Aladdin, I feel that he does this. He picks his words very deliberately. He's speaking like one or two syllables at a time. That we may be able to come to a mutual understanding. He raises an eyebrow.
And this understanding would be with regards to, let's say, our relationship? Or could it possibly be wanting to ally yourself with the guild? Or make a new powerful connection? Or perhaps it's something to do with your want to be the monarch of the city?
He remains stoic through all of your comments, and he will be very direct in his next statement. Yes, the monarch is what I deserve.
Deserve.
You interrupt him?
Yeah.
Okay. He looks, he like slightly taken aback for a moment. Just for a moment, you see like a twitch in his eye. He will continue as if you didn't say anything. With your help, or your support, it would be significantly easier, of course.
Oh, of
But I do
course,
not.
I have no doubt.
But I
And
do
help
not
wherever you can
require
get.
service.
Yes, you don't require me at all, do you? Another tool to use. So tell me, how do I fit into this grand plan of yours?
He'll lean back slightly in his chair, and maybe he'll like drum his fingers on the desk from one of his hands. Well, you see, Aladdin, there are many who have taken notice of these black feathers of yours. It kind of like it rolls off his tongue in an almost insulting way. He's not. He clearly doesn't like the taste of those words in his mouth. And this Nikomo fella, he's not to my liking.
Not many people are.
He ignores your comment. So here's my proposition. Take it or leave it. This will be the only opportunity I give you. You help me get to the heart of the Black Feathers, and I shall make you my captain of. He'll offer you some position, some like not necessarily militarized, a position. I don't know what specifically. A high-ranking position in the monarchy. That's what he's offering you in exchange for your help in removing or assimilating the Nikomo issue. He will, after expressing this to you, he will stand and then he will he will move away from his chair. He will face the flag and he just kind of like tilts his head up and looks at the banner, the flag of his guild that he commands over. So his back is to you. One chance. That's all you get.
Let's be fair, it's more than I've wanted in a long time. I do wonder what it is that makes you think I want a rank of such high station, especially one under your command.
He lowers his head a little bit and he maybe he gives a slight chuckle. Maybe you've heard him laugh like twice in your life. He gives a very light chuckle. He's like, everyone wants power. Some just don't know it yet.
Oh, yes, absolutely, I agree. What I think you fail to realize is that power comes in many different ways. Rank is only one of them. And I am going past darkness on the banner in front of him so he can't see it anymore.
I like the theatrics. I like it.
Makes quite a large change, is it? And that symbol disappears. Wonder what would happen if that symbol disappeared for good, Father.
Another symbol would take its place.
Yes, but you wouldn't be at the head of it anymore, would you?
He turns, not fully, but he turns like half turns to look at you. Your insinuations are received. Let this be the end of our interactions. We seem to be much too far apart to meet in the middle.
It does shock me you ever thought we were close enough. But this isn't the end of our interactions. You see, we hold with us a manner of removing that symbol. We came across a little incident last night in our travels. Looking for a missing child. Led us to a building where some unscrupulous folks were, shall we say, pestering this individual for an item that they carried. Now, these individuals had with them a couple of very interesting pieces of paper.
You get no physical reaction from him. He does. Maybe you notice a twitch in his eye. as I would imagine you would be very good at reading him.
Now, you see, this puts me in a sticky situation. One that I don't want to be in. I'm linked to you by name. A link that I'd rather not have given your dealings. I'm also, with you quite aptly noticed, a member of a new and rather upcoming guild that, in your words, a lot of people have taken note of. Now, this guild does the right thing. What do you suppose I should do now?
He fully turns back to you, away from the blackened flag, the blackened banner, and he crosses his arms behind his back, like in a military style. Like his shoulders are up and back, his head is high, his chin is jutted out. This seems to leave us on opposing fronts.
I think we've been on opposing fronts for quite some time. I think this further cements that standing. I have a small curiosity, though. You could have sent me a message in any means. Magics that do such things. And yet you happen to just dish out random pieces of parchment to random individuals under your employ in the happenstance that they run across me.
I knew my eyes and ears would eventually run into you. I've heard of your guild's dealings in the city, far and wide. I even know the crew they've sent to the heart of Kaladesh. Such foolhardy errands. The world is changing, and I will be at the head of it. Your refusal of my generous offer has left me no choice. The next time we meet, we will be enemies. You are no longer my son. Get out.
Turn as if to walk away, and then I turn back. Before I go, having been officially relieved of the duties of being your son, welcomed, I might add, I will point out that any more dealings that you have that bring shame upon the name Benitez, one that I am forced to share, and I will make it my mission to ensure that you are brought down. This guild that I'm part of is becoming big. It's making its mark, and it will become bigger than yours. Promise you as much. Immediately stride and walk back towards the doors.
He again turns his back to you and resumes staring at the blackness that covers his coveted banner, his coveted guild, his lifeblood. He makes no more comment, but the doors open anyway. And two guards are standing there, prepared to escort you out.
I ensure that all of my friends. I stop at the other side of the doors and ensure that they're all out of the room. And then I follow behind them.
The doors slam shut behind you. And there's silence from the other side of the door. The guards flank you and escort you to the front door where you are released on your into the streets. Unless you, of course.
I pause at the reception desk.
We'll call her Emily. You would have, at this point, recalled her name.
I will speak to Emily, thank her for the chairs. Now I'll remind her that I recalled fondly of her, if not friendly. I will mention that this will possibly be the last time we meet, especially in these surroundings. And then, as I hold her hand and shake it, I will telepathically say to her, I would very much like to meet you on a social level, if you'd be willing.
A single tear forms in one of her eyes, and she does that like slight nod that she had previously done.
I'll then say, I will be in touch, telepathically again. Turn and walk out.
You exit the building onto the street. It is at this point very light out. It's growing warmer by the minute. We'll call it noon 30, 12:30 ish. It's about lunchtime.
Zane kind of looks over at everybody and whispers, "Are we leaving?"
We're leaving.
Okay, good job. You did great. Had your back.
Missed our meeting.
110%.
All right, back to the chairs, Ifia. They were fairly. They did have like embroidered cushions on them. They were nice chairs. There wasn't anything that seemed particularly off about them, or you didn't like discern any maybe you would have seen other people like sitting in these kind of chairs when you passed the rooms. So they were
Okay.
common.
Okay.
Well, the one that I sat in is slightly charred.
Just
feeling the discomfort and basically the don't really give a shit attitude from, I can't pronounce his name, but homie that doesn't like his dad. So yeah, definitely yep, Illidan. Definitely charred the chair I was sitting in. So they're gonna have to replace that one.
You left a scent of smoke as you left.
Little burning fibers.
So, before we go any further, I want to say that was probably the most intense scene I've ever done. It like there's a clap, slow clap. Yes, like I at one point I literally had chills, and I don't know if it was because of just the context or if it was Eldon Kibble's performance or that's splendid. I thought that was great.
My heart will stop racing any moment.
Hey, yes, holy God has joined us.
I came out like the apex, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just need to not talk at all right now.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, turns out the Manticore's my dad.
The man what?
The Manticore is my dad, Bertrand Benitez.
A mob boss,
The
essentially.
guy who's trying to force his way into becoming the monarch of the city.
Oh dang!
We
So
can take
the
him.
person we got the letter from and was trying to like change them to themselves. That was your dad.
That's my dad.
Wow. Oh boy. That's unexpected, right?
Well, Kibble knew, but that
Mhm.
we did previously when we had gone into the secret chat that had been discussed a little bit.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's a small, quick recap. Eladon summoned you all to breakfast, a very fine breakfast that he put on, and revealed his connection to Bertrand Bennett's and his guild. Basically asked for forgiveness for keeping it from you, but also for your companionship, whilst also pointing out that it will put you in his line of fire.
Manticore.
Yes, they specialize in alchemy.
Alchemy.
Yes,
Alchemy. Yeah.
Alchemy is their primary, but they do they have research secondary, and they just I would probably have to change this faction standing under the card
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, yeah, you will.
because they were neutral. They were.
So Eldon invited us to breakfast and told us all this. Is that
Yep.
what you're saying?
Yep.
That your
We
dad
ate really good
runs,
food.
your dad runs Manticore,
We
and is
met
trying
Fido.
to. Sorry, what?
We did meet.
We met
We met
Fido.
Fido.
Who's Fido?
That dog's getting a new name.
A robot dog.
Yeah, we
that
may have run into a manic robot dog on the way here.
Did you
took a
keep him?
chunk out of. No, it took a chunk
No.
out of
No.
Trundle.
Ooh.
I rolled
It
a
ha-
natural 20 on
I-
persuasion with the +0.
I did think
Amazing.
about
Yeah.
that, like the potential for you guys. Like, here's the dog.
We would have trained it properly.
It
I
now
did
has
think
blue eyes.
Actually,
It used
honestly-
clear eyes on its red eyes to get blue eyes.
Yeah.
I summon my blue eyes white dragon.
What is that?
It's
That's
from
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Oh.
They were just saying something about
I
the
feel
eyes.
ancient.
I from Exodia.
Freaking Happy always says that to people. Don't worry about it. If he doesn't know it, it's just because he's too young.
All right, so you guys have exited. You're feeling hungry at this point. How would you, from this point, what would you like to do? We have 30 minutes left. I can, if you'd like, we can throw in that other encounter I had planned, or I can save that for some other time.
We ran into
Cool.
We
him
missed the
leaving.
meeting with the castle guy.
Oh, that's
What?
right. You did miss the meeting with the council guy. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
That is.
Wow. That is kind of okay. That's
You
bad
can tell me
timing.
later if you want me to.
No,
I-
haven't had. We, as a party, have missed a meeting,
Oh,
a possible
okay.
meeting.
Yeah. Or I can.
'Cause-
We can retcon it to later in the day if we want, or we could just.
Well, so after this meeting,
Digimon. Sorry.
there needs to be a conversation with what we do with the evidence we have for us.
Yes.
We can go to the council, present what we have. We can just inform them that there was an attempted interference. That it's a decision that we all have to make together, I believe.
Was my character here for all this? I think you already said that, but was I?
Yes.
Okay.
You missed Fido, but other than that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
And you
Zane
thought,
would look at everybody and be like, you guys are the only people I know, so where you go, I go.
Remember, he just came out of a boat like 12 hours ago.
A
Surprise!
fucking cat, honestly. He just follows. I like that.
he's a friendly flaming dude.
Just learning my way around the city, not knowing who's who.
Well, I've told you should join the guild.
Technically, we really haven't made it to the guild yet to join it, so
No, we did.
I was there
you
last
spent-
night.
Yeah, you spent last night there.
Well, then I would
Yeah,
join
we're
the
in the
guild,
rookery,
but
right?
I still don't know anybody.
Because you're too busy eating. You'd know Zuto if you eat that much.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of role playing going on. My intelligence in real life isn't that high. So pay attention.
You'll get into it eventually.
Hey, I mean, I got a +0, but I mean, it's still not that good.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so you are, if we'd like, you're welcome. We can try to go to the council thing now. I know my random encounter or my encounter would definitely take. I don't think I'd want to start it without having the time to finish it. I don't. Can we? Let me think. The council won't be nearly as involved as that was. I think I'd rather. To be fair, I said that about the first, like, the city gate thing. I said, or the castle gate. I said, oh, that'll take like 5 minutes. We were on it for like 25 minutes or something
sorry.
like that. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I just misinterpreted the amount of time it would take. You want to start the encounter?
Just monk versus the encounter. The rest of us are going to go to the
Sure,
council.
yeah, we'll sit and watch.
Ooh, actually.
Split the party.
I'm gonna go shopping while you guys do
So
that. I'll bring popcorn back. Don't
light some
worry.
people up.
I got some great healing spells from leveling up
Okay.
to level 5.
We'll do that. We will start the encounter. We don't necessarily have to get into the
Not
real like
finish.
combat
Yeah.
grind of it.
I mean, I
Here's-
don't mind not finishing an encounter.
Right. Okay. We will.
I mean, that's my Sunday game.
Mhm,
All right,
Some
I'm gonna
encounters.
mhm.
grab you guys. Make sure Atlee's here.
I mean, I could just finish it for you.
My Sunday game has been in the same encounter for 4 sessions now.
Dang.
We're going on 3.
Yeah, we are.
It's a very stressful. It's a very.
It's a very stressful situation.
How many waves do you have chasing you?
To be
Well,
fair,
it-
we have also long rested in the middle of this encounter, so
But we're also
Your DM's
literally at
nice
the
then.
No.
bottom of the sea.
yeah, yeah.
What?
And in another plane.
At the bottom of the sea in this crazy dungeon where everything has super resistance
And things respawn.
and you can get infections or diseases. It's
Oh,
pretty
shit,
wild.
I'm still
That
diseased.
DM is pretty brutal, actually.
Yeah.
That sounds intense.
Who
Yeah.
who do you have for that one?
He
X5.
has it's somebody that hasn't made its way onto the server yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take these guys. I'm gonna move you here in just a second.
Also, when
Just
we
so-
entered the dungeon, I had access to this way to avoid the resistance. But as soon as we entered the dungeon, I was like, you don't got that anymore because you have been holding up your end of the bargain.
You have broken your pact.
Right, you gotta
True,
maintain your
true.
pact.
All right. Holy, if you see the bottom right, that's the map we were on previously. We're going to be in top left this time.
So we're in this map. We're gonna be in the top left of this map.
Mhm.
Yep. I have your character in the bottom right as well, just if you wanted to look at the previous map.
Okay, I see.
Ah, this looks very familiar. Just waiting
It's
for another dog to come around the corner.
it's by the same artist. I think that's why it looks so very similar. Or
I
by
come
the same
across-
artist.
That was-
I mean, it was actually. I think this was actually Mid Journey. I did not
Yeah,
make.
it looked like it. But
It
that's
is
I'm
fine.
just happy Mort's still with us.
I'm come across another crying child. I may shoot it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did I
We've
miss?
encountered a lot of children.
What did I
children are-
miss?
There's this rule about children in D&D. I think I avoided it in this particular case.
Are we roll initiative?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, I thought we were sitting back and watching them fight 1v1.
We are, but
But-
we're in initiative just in case.
Yes.
Okay.
There's no fighting at this point.
God damn it! Stop getting these high rolls. Fucking hell.
Yes.
You
If
go
Thea gets
first?
to go
My
first again.
character for some
I
reason.
don't like going first.
You don't have control?
No, it just didn't roll. It didn't give my character the roll.
Oh, you rolled
There we go. Now it's in there. I don't know why I think I'm the first
1D.
one.
We got a bunch of high rolls. Look at that. Do we want Eladin or Atlee to go first?
Isn't Effia going first?
But yeah, out of us.
You tied on 20.
Oh,
Don't.
dang.
What's your
Is it
dex?
just based off dex then? I got a +1 for my dex.
I got a +2.
So you're going first then, buddy.
Mhm.
All right. And then we will just throw this on here. That would actually technically be at 22. We'll throw it on 15.
Would we have? We wouldn't have we wouldn't have short rested.
No.
Well,
We go. We're surviving off coffee, drugs, and daydreams.
Lucky for you guys, you got full healing from me now because I just got here.
Yeah.
I just woke up from my days.
Atlee did not have to spend anything. And then we'll throw, I guess I'll throw like crowd. That's what I'll do. I'll throw crowd.
I spent more during my role-play encounter than I did during the last fight.
Why are your toots so stinky? You are such a
All
small
I'm
dog
saying-
for such strong toots.
All I'm saying is my mass healing word is 1d4 plus 10.
All
All I'm
that's
saying.
actually really good.
Crowd at 10.
Yeah,
That's huge.
yeah. I got 1d4, so that's a minimum of 11 HP healing for everyone.
All right. So as you guys are traveling, maybe you're going to find somewhere to eat. Maybe you're traveling back to the rookery. We don't know, or maybe you're traveling to the council. You come across a crossroads where a massive, a large rug has been laid out, and on that rug, there are several performers juggling and like singing, various just. It's a spectacle, is what it is. So you, hey, big fella. Okay, somebody's typing to someone else.
I was just saying, what is this pirate crab?
Oh,
That's the thing that actually no, you used a different token. This is
That's-
what you used for the Saturday game with the fish dude.
it is
Wave
Brick's
towards you.
familiar.
Oh, it's
What
British
else?
familiar?
Yeah,
Brick's familiar was an octopus. This one's different.
Gonna go for a walk after.
Yeah, he's changed it into a crab. Now a crab.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering what it was.
But like,
so stinky.
if memory serves, he's used that familiar before as a different character. That's
You
what.
ran a
that's why it
character
was
as a
so
crab?
familiar. No, it was a sorcerer.
All
Ran
right.
a sorcerer crab?
Yeah.
Silver, you are up. You hear this. You hear the music, the cymbals. Maybe there's like horns. You see a crowd ahead of you and the massive rug.
All right. I can only go 30 feet, so I'm just gonna move up here because I'm nosy. And you cannot be a part of D&D. You can't press buttons on a keyboard. You ain't got thumbs.
Why is your
I'm
dog
gonna.
on the counter?
She just thinks she can do all this stuff, and I don't know what to tell her. So I get excited hearing all the music, and I pull out my my Zalem, which is a lute of sorts, and I'm gonna start stringing along with people, whatever the beat is, and I'm gonna be on beat versus how I am in real life, which is not on beat and not in tune.
You pick it up really quickly. It's a really simple melody, and you're able to join in the festivities.
Yay!
Eladin.
I am not in the mood. So I'm just going to hang.
Okay. Mort's gonna hang out with Miss Thea up here.
That means we're about to go. I'm about to be blind.
He's pretty excited. He's pretty excited by the music as well.
But he looks so pretty now. 'Cause we painted him.
Yes. Yeah. So Eladin's just hanging back. Got it. Atlee.
Hearing the music and seeing Afia join in and kind of Mort just jamming out with his little skull stuff. I'm just gonna walk up and see what's happening. Let's see, I got a 30 feet movement, so I'll just walk right next to Mort and see what's happening over there.
Yeah, you're able to see there's a couple jesters in very colorful garb. They're at the moment they're like throwing uh, bowling pin like. I don't know if they have bowling in D&D.
Well,
Gables, is there a bowling alley?
Is there bowling? Is bowling canon?
They're throwing.
pins.
Yeah, they're throwing some sort of
Pinballs?
implement back and forth in a juggling fashion.
Yeah.
Okay.
You also notice
Gonna say-
this guy in red looks like he might be like the ringmaster or something. He looks much more fancy than the rest of the common folk that are standing around observing.
I guess I'll just look around and as I'm gonna. Well, would that be better to just passively do it? I have a passive perception of 20. Would that be better?
Yeah, passively you don't. I mean, you notice that the crowd seems to be enjoying it. Something you would pick up on is there's a, let's say, like a cauldron, like a bucket, maybe a cauldron of sorts sitting over here that has, gold or silver and copper coins, maybe a couple gold coins that have been thrown into it. It's like a collection for the show.
Okay.
Y'all, I fit in a bucket.
While looking over at everyone, can I see this person? Or is that far
Yeah,
away?
we could say you could see him. You catch glimpses of him anyway. There's a bush.
Yeah, that's
I
why
guess
asked.
these are trees. That's more of a bush. Yeah, you're able to see like his head and the top of his hat. He's kind of silly looking.
That's a
little
nerdy
goober.
wizard. Yeah.
He's a goober. He's like a researcher wizard.
Harry Potter looking ass. Those circular glasses.
Well, what I'll do then is, as my action, I'm just gonna just walk straight up in there and see what's happening.
Yep.
Dashing up there, pretty much saying, just really getting in close and seeing what's happening over here.
You join the crowd, and the jesters, in the colorful clothing, are still at this point. Maybe they put the pins down and they've switched to something more dangerous. Maybe they're chucking axes back and forth now, juggling. Maybe they've got like 6 axes at a time, all in the air, just whooshing through the air, and they deftly catch them and throw them back, and then catch the next one, and they just continue on.
Does anyone here, besides the typical ongoers, does anyone here look like an important person? Like by important I mean like a high not a high roller, but like a not like a noble per se, but like someone who is who's notable.
Other than this fancily
ringmaster.
dressed, other than the ringmaster looking guy, everybody else looks, like they're just, they were walking around. Maybe they were on their way to work, on their way, to eat. They just hanging out.
What does this guy's eyes look like? What is his eye? What are his eyes telling me from his like actions? Is he looking like he's having a good time doing this, or is he looking like he's trying to do something?
He's very concentrated.
Very concentrated on throwing axes.
Monk needs his spirit. Oh, you brought it in. Okay. Monk. It is, yes, Zane's turn.
Okay.
Save. Okay, you should have control now.
Where's he? Oh, there's a lizard.
I believe he has 30 HP.
5 times by druid level. 5 plus, yeah, so he's got 30, and his AC is 13.
Dang.
I'll just stick
Strong boy.
So as a bonus or add my action, I'm gonna summon my flame spirit.
What's the range on that explosion?
What?
When you call him in, is it 10 feet or 5 feet?
Each creature within 10 feet of your spirit.
Okay, so you'd know that, and you'd put him far enough away you wouldn't injure any of your friendlies. Because right there,
Yep.
you're catching Eldon on fire.
That's my action. I'm just gonna kind of catch up, see what's cooking.
That's
Dog, I'm gonna fucking murder you. Go.
the salamander. Yeah.
Yep.
That's oh god, it's so cute.
So I got 30 feet. I've been trying to look for this thing. There.
A party here.
Oh my god.
The crowd is
Wow.
clapping and cheering, watching this feat. Yes, Kundali, it's your turn.
It's yours. The only action you can take this turn. All right. That's EOT.
I'm gonna move. And then I'm gonna I guess I'm gonna do what Atlee saw him, but I'm gonna just try to keep an eye out for any weird goings ons.
All right.
Like,
do you want to roll for your
should I
perception?
like do perception? Or maybe yeah, I think I might want to roll for observations or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. Go right ahead. That is your passive, equal to your passive. So yeah, yeah, it's fine. You don't notice anything extra other than, and Atlee would notice this at this point too. You can hear like some quacking. There's quacking going on from inside of these bushes. Just quiet little. Oh, do I have a duck sound? I think I have a duck sound. Duck. I do not have a duck sound. And okay.
I guess I'll use.
Oh, somebody else has a duck.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash. I'm gonna move towards it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this just it'll just reveal there's some
That's some
ducks riding on unicycles wearing helmets.
That's amazing.
That's pretty remarkable. I might want to stay out of the way.
Ducks are assholes.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
They might actually be
stand.
geese. I don't know.
These are even worse assholes.
Those are not geese. That's a duck.
It's a duck. They're ducks.
You're right. It's a duck. It's a duck.
All right.
Kundali would be dead if they were geese.
Birds in general.
Yeah, you
Turn
would.
around and leave y'all.
Fuck birds. Birds are horrible. Hate them.
I like pigeons. Pigeons are nice.
Literal
All right.
rat.
Brick and the crab.
Brick's just gonna dash, get up here, and then the crab's gonna be right here. He has 30 feet of blind sight if that ever matters.
Yes. Yep. I will, just for the sake of this, we'll put that on him. Guess you don't need to see that. That can just stay online. All right. Ifia.
All right. I double check my real quick. No, stop it. I'm still going to be playing as Zalem, and I'm going to. I was right. It is 30 feet. I'm not crazy. Blue sky do. We can too.
Yeah, the sidewalk lines don't match up with the grid lines.
No, it's fine. I'm excited to see people playing and performing and bowling. And I'm happy to join along, looting, playing my lute. And I see the little silver and be like, oh wow, that seems so familiar. Um, and I'm looking around, just kind of taking everything in. I want to see how interested the crowd looks. Do they look like they're? I know we like already rolled and saw that everybody seemed like they were getting off work, but I'm just like, do they still look interested? Um,
Yeah.
so
Insight has not been rolled yet. If you'd like to roll insight.
I do. I want to roll insight. Or does somebody look like they're not having fun? I'm very what is it? What is the word I'm looking for, guys?
Insightful?
No. No, never. Never me. Oh, well, it doesn't matter because I rolled an 8. I just want to know if everybody's having a good time. I'm very nosy and curious and
Oh,
devoted, engaged
Yeah.
in the fact that I want people to have fun time at a mini party.
Yeah.
I'm doing. So
You don't notice anything extra. I mean, that the people look content. Maybe one of them looks like he's foaming at the mouth, like he's going crazy. But other than that,
Oh,
they all seem to be enjoying themselves.
the paranoia was setting in. You said they were foaming, and I was like, they got rabies from that dog. We good.
he's the only one.
The dog that was metal had rabies.
Look,
Wait,
you don't know.
Glory
That
been over
dog had
this.
a kill switch on its back that a child could activate. Anything's possible with that design flaw.
Might be
It's
tonight.
tetanus.
Eladon?
Yeah, tetanus.
Tetanus.
Eladon's just gonna saunter up and just perch himself on the curb and sit and watch.
Alrighty. Atlee.
Let's see. Um, Atlee is. He hears the ducks too.
Yeah.
Looks like more people are showing up.
No, they just shifted.
Oh, they just shifted. Okay. No, there's more people showing up here now. Atlee is going to start. I don't really want to leave everyone else though. No, but I'm kind of curious. I'm going to leave everyone else. I'm going to start walking.
Show.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch a show. I'm going to start watching it from a different angle over here.
You walk in front of the ducks and they get louder. They're like yelling at you.
they're yelling at
Blocking your
me.
view.
There's
Insulting.
sentient ducks.
Well, not yelling in duck. They're yelling in duck. They're not yelling in human.
Does that mean we can learn duck?
Confirmed.
Listen, having ducks
it's
yell at you is terrifying.
it's a beast language. I don't know.
I'd much rather be yelled at by a duck than a goose because goose are terrifyingly mean.
And I got
Anything
yelled
else
at
from
by a
Atlee?
flock of ducks. It's scary.
I'm gonna move to the corner over here just so I can stay out of the duck's path to the center over here. That's gonna be my
Climbing
action
the
right there.
building.
Oh,
There's
is
no,
there no
it's
ground
fine.
over there? Okay.
There is. You just would have to step on the carpet.
Okay, then I'll just like dash on like the very corner. Well, not, I guess I'll be like dashing over here and plunking my armor all the way over there. I'm doing it. Excuse me.
Make a con save.
A con save. Oh, this carpet.
No, I've just joked. Just making you paranoid.
Already there.
I already am now.
All right. So our jesters here, they finished throwing their axes and they both take a bow. We lost somebody or somebody who joined. That's fine.
We gained
join.
someone.
Gained somebody.
Hey
Oh,
guys.
it's swordsman. Hey. Okay. All right. So the jesters
Dog is
take a step back off of center rug, and the ducks will both they'll come out and they'll do like loop de loops, and they'll start riding their unicycles, which is peculiar because their feet don't reach to the pedals. But that's what they're doing. They're-
For this.
the one duck will like He'll like do a 360. He'll hop up and do a 360 on top of the unicycle, land back on it before it falls over. They're doing like their little act. While this is going on, there's some, maybe some people are like throwing coppers in the kettle, and it's cling clang and all that jazz. Zane, there's some more clapping going on.
All right, well, we're gonna move on up here. With a passive insight of 17, would I notice that these guys are doing good, or do you want me to do an active insight check?
Sorry, what are you trying to observe?
Well, Theo was wanting to know if everybody's enjoying themselves. But she did a
Yes. Okay.
very not so good insight check. But with
Yeah.
a passive insight of 17, would that you still want me to do an active one?
That would be passive perception of 17. Your passive insight would be
They're either way, they're both 17.
They're both 17?
Yes.
Oh,
mine's 18.
Oh, you have a passive insight of 18? Wow, okay. That's
Yep.
that's really high passive insight. Yeah, you're 17. Everybody looks like they're having fun. There doesn't seem to be any dissidence among the viewers. Maybe you would see that. No, yeah, that's about it. Everybody looks like they're having fun.
Looks like they're having fun. All right. Well, I want to spice things up for these. Is that a verbal?
Is that a what?
He's looking at a spell.
Oh.
It's fairly loud. If it does require verbal, it is fairly loud. Like there's not many people who would necessarily.
Is my spirit's not a concentration, is it?
No.
Gotcha.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
All right. Well, because it was loud, I mean, all sides are probably going to point to me anyway, but I'm going to create a bonfire in the middle of the carpet area.
Whoa.
You're lighting the rug on fire.
No, I'm making a bonfire to add to the ducks riding around on the unicycle.
You're lighting the ducks on fire.
Okay, I didn't know it was going to be that big because I forgot the squares were slightly larger than that.
They do deal damage in the area, right?
Yeah, they do.
He's
like 10-foot radius.
I'm not going to hold you to it if you don't want to light people on fire.
What?
Fuck that. Fuck the wizard.
Do it.
I feel like this is an encounter. I feel like something's happening, but I don't know who to trust.
There is something happening. It just hasn't happened yet. There's build up. There's build up to it.
Imagine it's just something that comes onto the map, and that's what happens, as opposed to it happening right in front of us.
This used to be a fun circus right here, and something happens to it.
Are there any flames going right now? Are there any flames going?
It's daylight. There are no. I mean, there was torches that the jugglers probably had that they have unlit. There are unlit torches on the ground, but there is no flames at the moment.
Okay, cool. Because they're unlit, I am going to produce flame on them to relight them.
You're gonna. Okay. I mean, that doesn't. When you do that, it doesn't produce the same negative effects. It doesn't.
I mean, it's a +7 to hit. It's a 2d8 fire damage, but I just want to relight them.
You want to light shit on fire.
I'm a fire genasi.
So the torches are laying on the ground, like over here. If you really want to light them on fire, I'll allow you to do so without injuring anyone else. It will be very strange. But yes.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Oh no!
I don't. Wait, did he roll one?
Yep.
I wasn't even going to ask you to roll.
Oh, well, then don't take. If you were going to roll, I'm not doing it because I'm not hurting anybody. So technically, I'm not trying to deal damage. So.
Oh no.
But I have a feeling something else is catching on fire.
No, with the way we do it, If you roll a 1 on attack, you get a negative effect.
Yes.
Done.
You. All right. Here's you. You
You're
light the.
a fire
You light.
guy. You have negative effect. Okay.
Yes. You light the torches, and they manage to catch this bush on fire. So this bush has start. You can see the torches there has started smoldering, and there's wisps of smoke coming up of it. A pile of other people have noticed it. They don't know who did it, but there's the crowd. The crowd is like pointing at the bush, and they're all like, "Is this part of the show? Like, what's going on here?"
Unpunished.
So my salamander is not that big either. We're on the small side, and we're hiding behind Kundalini. And I whisper
All right.
to Kundalini that wasn't supposed to happen.
Okay, so we will.
Weird.
We're gonna move this to head. No, I guess we'll play it out. Okay. All right. Good to late. This bush is on fire. You know it was Zane. Not everybody knows that, but you know.
I want to like smack Zane and then go over here and take out the fire. Oh, I'm gonna give Zane a monstrous stare, just not of anger. Well, actually, no, of anger. Like, how the fuck? Why the fuck? With this little salamander. I'm talking about you, Zane. You're the salamander. And I'm gonna move over here and take care of the fire. I'm gonna, like, is there any like things nearby I can grab to like beat the fire?
Somebody's trying.
A
Yeah.
barn.
It was just barely smoldering. You're able to put it out fairly simply.
You take away all of the fun.
Oh, you made it fun for me.
All right. Brick and the crab.
Crap King.
Crab gang.
Hey, somebody brought in this over here.
Crab gang, crab gang.
Oh, that reminds me.
Is Gables here?
Gnables?
Cup.
Oh yeah, sorry, my mic got turned off. Yeah.
Ah.
Swordsman was bitching that he couldn't see, so I gave him sight.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Sword's been sitting here for 7 minutes without being able to see. I just saw your message, Swordsman.
Yeah, couldn't see anything. I'm like, I can't see anything.
That's why that's
That's
there.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little spear friend.
I'll get my just I don't know. I don't really see anything going on, right? So I don't know.
Right.
just dodge, I guess.
Okay.
Dodge.
We will. Okay. If we're at the top, I think here's what we'll do. Ifia, Eladin, and Atli. If there's just looking around, watching the show, there isn't anything else you'll learn from that. Unless there's something specific you really want to do, we're going to skip down to the gesture, and you'll see the start of the encounter, and we will call it there. Unless you have something specific you'd like to do. Okay.
I just wanted to prepare an action to like catch one of these ducks if they fall off.
Okay.
I just wanted to look in this building.
All
I
right.
wanted
So
to be nosy.
the ducks go to the corners, and then this, Harry Potter looking dude, as was said earlier, he really kind of does look like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He goes to the center of the rug, and he starts like he pulls out like a pamphlet or a scroll from his pocket, and he like starts waving his arms and chanting and everything. And he's just making it, he's being a spectacle. He's making a show. And then somehow, for an instant, there's a large black puff of smoke, and unbeknownst to him, what he was reading and chanting was a legit thing.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Y'all
And
got mad at me for a bushfire.
joining him on the rug are a large orangutan-like fiend and this other creepy-looking dude. So we will call it there.
I want you to know you do this every time that we play. You stop right when I was supposed to be doing.
Yes, and the crowd sees this and just starts shrieking and screaming, and they're all turning to run away. And we will pick back up here the next time.
I wonder. Do I have a
Guys,
spell
don't
that can
forget we get
control
flanking
that?
bonus. At least stay on your side.
Thanks for running it.
Yes, I
Thank
thought
you.
it was an excellent session. I recognize that Kibble and Eladin got a bunch of the spotlight, but I thought, as long as everybody was okay with that, I thought it went really well.
No, it's all good. Cool.
No,
All's
I
good in
wanted
the
to see the
hood.
spotlight. Me.
I tell you
I
what,
want-
we'll retcon it. It can be your father. You're more than welcome
To
to
be
it.
my father. Maybe
No,
maybe
this
human,
guy
but
right here
me.
is your father.
Yeah, the
Father.
orangutan is your father.
Question: which
father.
character's bigger, Kundalini or Brick?
Brick's
Brick's
wider.
a dwarf.
He's wide.
Brick's made like a brick shit house. I'm like a brick
A
shit
mud
house.
brick?
But Kundalini's like he's also broad. I don't know if he's as broad as Brick, but
No, there's
he's
no way.
taller. I don't,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I get the picture that Brick's wider than he is tall.
pretty much.
Actually, I don't know how tall I am. I forget. But yeah, Brick's a dwarf, so it's impossible
I am a
for him to be
dwarf
as tall
and
as
I'm
me.
digging a hole.
Digging a hole.
You know.
Digging a hole.
That is such a dumb song. I
Oh,
love it
you
though.
mean a generation defining song?
I
Yes,
love
it
that
was.
song.
I'm
It was.
6'5". The character
All
is.
right. I'm gonna head out. Again, thank you guys for playing. Have a good night.
Thanks for running it.
Thanks
Good
for
night.
hosting.
Internet, appreciate it. Look at the goodbye.
Good night.
Bye.
All righty. They are still playing. Okay. We might go over there. I don't know what's with the flashing screen. I don't know why it's doing that. All right. Thank you for watching and listening. Why is it doing that? I think that went spectacularly. I was great. I mean, I think maybe my role play could have been a little better, but I think it all turned out well, satisfying. I did legitimately get chills at one point. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, you will have heard my thanks. Otherwise, you won't. And that's on you. Have a good one. Goodbye.